Hey man, what's up?
Hey,
How's your day?
good now. I think it was because I was just exporting the other video, so computer's slow.
Yeah. Oh,
Is your friends giving like tonight?
oh no, it's not even a Friendsgiving. It was just a meet and greet with classmates.
Where's the remote? Oh, oh, there it is.
So get to see a couple people like out there and stuff. It's cool.
That's cool. Hmm. Can I just say how disappointed I am from how these opening games are being scheduled?
I talking about NCAA basketball.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, well, we're recording, so let's talk about it right now.
You are watching a master at work.
Are we? Yeah, we're recording.
So yeah, we already talked about last week.
Is this how we're really? Is this really how we're gonna start it? No proper
I guess
introduction.
so.
Oh, okay. First off, thank
Hey,
you.
we're just gonna jump right into it. This
First off, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We hope
so
everyone is safe.
screw.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Screw. No. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We hope everyone is safe and healthy, celebrating with friends and family if you are able to. But we really wanted to get into the sports news that are coming up this week. Starting off with number one, NCAA is started off yesterday.
Well, can I say something right before we talk about men's basketball?
Sure.
The biggest news was the death of soccer superstar today.
I saw that.
What's his name? Yeah. Oh man, blank on his name. I had it here.
Is it Jose?
Diego Mandora.
Okay.
Jose.
I'm sorry. Okay, it was the first name that came to mind. And I thought I saw it.
Yeah, he died of a heart attack today at the age of 60. Soccer stars all over the world were giving their tributes to him. Many including Messi, Ronaldo, and Pelé. Just reacting to his death. But let's go into some basketball news that we have more knowledge of talking about.
Yeah, can I just say how disappointed I am within the scheduling of this year? It really does not make sense on how they actually scheduled out this season. I'm actually really depressed, more so angry about it, but I'm more depressed on like why they went this route. So preseason, there's like no in-conference games whatsoever. Everything is all outside and outside conference and or same time zone, same state, whatever it is. But unfortunately, teams like Duke, who canceled their game for this coming Saturday or Thursday.
They just said this week.
This week, I think it was. I think it's Saturday. I'm not entirely. It was not Saturday and it's Friday. I saw that postponement and I'm like, well, there goes the season. It really like I don't know. The only like notable game that I found was the only game that like made sense, which was Gonzaga versus Kansas. Number one versus number four, I want to say, or number six, somewhere in the top 10. Um, every other game just looked like a regular season was just going to go, like a regular preseason was just about to happen. And we both know this is no regular season that's about to happen because of COVID. And it's like they're asking for it. You know what I mean? Like they're asking for their players to get sick or whatnot. So I'm not sure what the direction is for this coming preseason, but yeah, a little disappointed in it.
It's going to be changed. They should have just kept it just a conference only season this year.
Yeah.
Like they're doing for football and I think soccer for the fall sports.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be a lot easier to control. Yeah, you don't play your conference that often. Like I know working one season in basketball in Stanford, like there was different teams that we played until whatever the January is when conference games more happening.
Yep. January is the official actual season for basketball.
Yeah, I'm just saying like just screw like unless you're doing like a quick tournament where, as we talked about on Monday, um, just housing all the teams in one central location, do a quick tournament, and then
But that's essentially what these games are. Like a lot of them are tournaments, but it's like they're traveling from all over, whether it's East Coast, West Coast, Central Mountain. It just sucks to see like the NCAA just disregarding the health of their athletes. But yeah, the only
I'm not giving a fault to NCAA. I'm also giving a fault to all the universities. Like we talked about on Clemson football team, like it was on them that should have been not the NCAA. So,
yeah, I mean it. So for I think we talked about this what 2. Oh my god, I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago. Jesus Christ, burping way too much. Like Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski and as well as other coaches, they were held responsible for scheduling out the entirety of the season or preseason, however it goes, and then the NCAA had no involvement in that. When I think in turn, it's actually majority of the time it's the NCAA confirming or not confirming the games, while while the teams and the coaches do want the matchups that they want in order for their teams to be successful. It's on the NCAA to actually confirm those games or not. So, kind of mad at the NCAA, kind of mad at the coaches. It's not hard to say. It's hard to believe that they had the best interest in mind for their players at the end of the day. But yeah, let's talk about this. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, there's not much else to say, like, as I don't really follow basketball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We just know that there's just kind of going to be a real season with we're watching football, how many games have been canceled over just the past 2 weeks alone.
Mm-hmm.
And we know there's probably going to be more bigger games coming up this year. But the last end of the stretch right here, it's still going to be canceled, and like we figure out how to make the season so you can play those big games, get those TV contracts going. Like we know the big game like LSU versus Alabama always brings huge rain because of that rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know what's happening because LSU still has to face Florida, which is another team that's up there that's looking to get into the playoff bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But let's quickly just go over some news and updates around the league, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So some big news that I feel like we're going to talk about in a little bit. But Baltimore versus Pittsburgh game has been postponed due to COVID, as we just talked about how much more COVID. I talked about Diego Ventura has passed away. Our prayers and thoughts are with his family.
Mm-hmm.
MLS is now in the semis. So the 4 teams. Yeah, well, it started like 2 weeks ago. So I always forget to talk about it. So, but we got FC Dallas, Seattle Sounders, Nashville out there, Columbus. I can't read these other 2 teams. I can't read the other teams. I'm so sorry. For the other 4 teams that I can't tell by just the logo alone. Other big news happening this week. We have that I want to talk about just a little bit, just for like a couple of minutes. But we have the big golf match this Friday. Capital One's a match which housed Charles Barkley, Steph Curry, Peyton Manning, and Phil McIntyre.
Mickelson.
I knew I was going to mess it up. This name. I only had like the 3 sports stars right there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that match, there's a FanDuel free entry, and I ended up like putting in bets for it. It was funny to see like the different categories. 2 of them are about Charles Barkley, and like if you know how Charles Barkley plays, you know how bad he is sometimes. So let me check the thing.
Okay, so other big things. The Kings don't match Bogdan's offer, so it looks like he's going to sign with the Hawks.
Bogdanovich.
You
said Bergadin. Bogdan Bogdanovich.
I was just saying his first name.
Yeah.
Bogdan. Yeah, so he's going to sign the $17 million with the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers, not Clippers, the Celtics are trying to do a sign and trade with the Hawks. Man, I don't even look at the first level of the team's name. Like, with the Hornets.
Hornets.
So because they signing Gordon Hayward, they're trying to do a sign and trade to equal cap space for both teams.
Mm.
But they're also trying to work with a third team. The Hornets are trying to involve a third team to take on Nicholas Batum's contract, which is worth $27 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going on, and Nick Saban test positive yet again.
Jesus Christ! Damn it! All right. But speaking about, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Nick Saban just has some very mild symptoms. That's really it.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking about the Capital One game, right? The Capital One. Okay. There were two categories within FanDuel. One of them was how many balls are going to go out of bounds that Charles Barkley hits. It was between 0 and 1 and over 6. I chose 4 and 5. And then, is Charles Barkley going to lose the grip of the club and throw the club? I put yes.
I'm gonna say no on that one, but I'm gonna say over 6 on game balls out of play.
Gee. Well, I mean, I feel like him and Phil are gonna win, but just because
you saw the Iguodala inside scoop almost.
No, I didn't.
So he was talking on some type of sports channel, talking about his former teammate Steph Curry, and he's saying that Steph Curry is not going to win the match. That his game's been declining since COVID and stuff.
That's funny. Well, let's move on to some NCAA football news. More so the Week 13 matchups. They start today.
Well, before we start the matchup, we should talk about AP finally sent out the rankings.
Have they? Yeah, they have. I saw the percentages last night.
Yeah, so I'm just going to bring it up. If you want to talk about the key matchups, I'm going to pull up the AP.
So the first matchup is between number 15 and number 20, Iowa State versus Texas. I think I'm going to give it to Texas. I mean, Texas has been an underdog this entire season, and I think they perform well. Whether it's at home or not, I think they will perform well against Ohio State. Next is the big game, Battle of the Axe between Stanford and Cal. This is not even coming from bias. I think Stanford might win, even though it's at Cal. I think Stanford may win this year, depending on how well the quarterback situation as well as wide receiver weapons are. So I think Stanford for that game. And then Oregon versus Oregon State. This isn't even like a conversation. I know Oregon will win this game. Next is the big game in the South in SEC, Auburn versus Alabama. You could say Auburn will lose. I mean, they're number 22, I believe, in the last time I saw the rankings. I mean, Alabama is number 1, but when it's a rivalry game, it does get a little more intense.
The 22 in the AP, 19 in playoff ranking.
Okay.
No, the 22 in playoff ranking.
19.
No, they're both 22. Why did I say 19 for some reason? Yeah, they're both 22.
Okay. Well, as I said, the rivalry aspect will be a little bit more. So I think Auburn may pull it off, maybe by like 3 points or so, but I might have to give it to Alabama just because they're number 1. And I mean, that program has always been great against different rivals within both the SEC and within college football. Last is Mississippi State versus Ole Miss. I can't really speak on these two teams. Like, they're both not terrible, but they're both not good either. So I think for the sake of just who I like the most, I think Ole Miss will take it.
I was about to say the same.
Okay.
Let's just go with the top 6 teams in coaches pool. That's probably what I saw. Yeah, the 19 in coaches pool. Auburn. So the college football playoff ranking. The top 4. Is this really? No, I'm not trusting ESPN.
You gotta go to CBS.
CBS. AP? No, it's not AP. That's Associated Press. See, college football playoff rankings. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I trust. Okay. The top 4, right? Top 6, Alabama at 1.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there, right?
Yeah, no surprise.
Notre Dame at 2, 8-0 right now.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
Ohio State, 4-0
Still
at
hate
3.
it. I still hate it.
A little hating right there.
Who's that? Wait,
Clemson,
who did you say number 2 was?
Notre Dame,
You said there's 7 or 8-0.
8-0.
Okay, go ahead.
So Ohio State at 3, Clemson at 4, 7-1. Texas A&M at 5, at 5-1, and Florida at 6-1. We actually have a pretty good team, a couple of good teams that are just barely cracking the thing. I'm just gonna give you the top 10. Who cares? Cincinnati,
Yep.
BYU, Oregon, and Miami. Florida rounds out the top 10.
The fact that Oregon is in here is a little concerning. Because that means like everyone that's been playing sucks.
They're kind of like not taking a bunch of the other schools that are in smaller conferences a little more fair, because sure, we have Cincinnati, which never probably would gone that high out in a regular season. Like,
you have Coastal Carolina, Marshall.
Yeah, you got some
Louisiana,
out of the blue
and Tulsa.
schools teams because of how many more games they played, a little more eyes on the
and BYU too.
But let's go. Just keep the top 6. Ohio State, we both kind of not agree because they're 4-0, just by the number of games that they have played.
And they were already placed at 4 before they even played a game. Like,
yeah, at least in the. This is AP. What
is it? I have AP 25 as of this past Sunday.
Let's see.
The only reason I see it like fair for Oregon is that they were ranked like 18 or something like that, and they worked their way up. While like others, they either lost or like they just aren't that good. But some news that I saw, I think last night, is that Wisconsin is officially like out of the playoff picture, which gives like a lead away for Northwestern, and you can see that now because Northwestern is number 11.
Here we go. This is a little bit. I got on collegefootballplayoff.com. So flip Ohio State and Clemson. Clemson's 3, and Ohio State's 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's something more I could live with. Texas A&M is at 5, and University of Florida is at 6.
Northwestern is put at 8 now instead of 11.
Yeah, so Oregon is now 15 in the playoff. These are the true rankings, not the press rankings. Mm-hmm. With Oregon at 15 with 3-0. That one. That was actually, I feel like, a good solid pick.
I feel like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the playoff committee has a really good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they have Cincinnati at 7, like surprise team, like they're going winning games.
I felt like they could have actually cracked the top 4.
Not Cincinnati?
Maybe.
It would be interesting. I could see them getting the top 6.
Yeah.
But do you think Texas A&M or Florida can get into the top 4 if they win out for the rest of the season? Because we know Florida will probably meet up with Alabama in the SEC championship game if they both win out.
I think this weekend Alabama might lose. They might drop, meaning Notre Dame will move up because they have North Carolina. Clemson against Pittsburgh, they might just stay stagnant. And Ohio State has Illinois. So you're asking if Texas A&M and Florida can break the top 4, or just Texas A&M?
Both the two which are just looking out, like outside looking in.
Florida for sure is long gone, I think.
You think Florida's going to be
it's hard to get. I think it's hard to get from 6 to 4 sometimes. But like Texas A&M against LSU this weekend, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, LSU did have a good win this past weekend, but I don't know. They're both pretty. I would say mediocre teams at this point. But I don't see Texas A&M breaking top 4.
Okay, so you think this is the 4 we have right now? Probably gonna be the 4 in the playoffs.
Possibly, unless like somehow Ohio State loses to Illinois or next week to whoever they play, and then Alabama loses as well, and then Cincinnati and Northwestern continue to win, which they might. I mean, Cincinnati plays Tulsa this weekend, and Northwestern plays Michigan State.
Yeah, it'd be
Michigan-
interesting seeing Cincinnati in maybe a New York State game.
Um, yeah. For now, I think the top four is kind of set, unless like something drastic happens, like Ohio State loses 2 games in a row, Alabama loses this weekend, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Ohio State as the only team could be falling out.
Really?
I know Clemson might if they lose a second game in like the championship one against Notre Dame because we know they're probably gonna play again.
Yeah, they're probably going to play.
So unless Clemson could beat Notre Dame, I could see whatever a 10-1 Notre Dame still making it into it.
Yeah.
But if I see like a 9-2 Clemson, they may be pushed out. Like,
Unpopular opinion, I have Notre Dame winning the national championship this year.
okay,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good.
It's a pretty good claim. I mean, either
Yeah,
whether they play Ohio State or they play Alabama, if they stay at 2 or drop or go to 1, and Ohio State comes up to 3, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I think Notre Dame made the good move in going to the ACC.
yeah,
Not saying that the ACC is weaker, but it gives them a
But-
distinct advantage.
yeah. They're playing a good conference.
Yeah.
It's not like the other independent schools. We see like BYU and stuff.
Mhm.
They're not even cracking. So, and it'll be tough for them to play. Do you
Yeah.
heard that BYU said no to play Washington
Why?
this weekend?
Why?
I have no idea. They just were like no because Washington was supposed to play a school in the Pac-12, but they were
They're
taken out
supposed to play
because of
Washington
COVID.
State. They're supposed to play Washington State.
Yeah, and then Washington State had COVID,
Oh,
so
God.
they're not going to play this week. So they're scrambling to find a school. So like, oh, we can have an independent school. That'll probably be one of our first
yeah.
non-conference games we
Yeah.
had this whole season.
That or they play someone like, I don't know, Eastern Washington.
Yeah, who knows?
Just
Really,
give it a scrub
it
game.
might just be a
Yeah.
non-game this weekend.
Yeah.
But because this is a Thanksgiving podcast, what's better than Thanksgiving than seeing NFL? So let's start off with our morning game. Well, now we have 2 games because of COVID. Thanks, Baltimore. I'll talk about that in a second. But
Yeah.
we got our Detroit Lions every year, our morning game. They're facing the Texans.
Yep.
Both teams, nothing too big on.
No.
Who do you see winning that one?
Detroit. 100%.
Honestly, same. Texans have a good team, but I don't know. Like they have the pieces. It just
They're just not putting it together.
like look who you have on offense. You got Deshaun Watson.
Mhm.
Actually, they have nobody since Shane D-Nook.
They only have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Right now, Houston is favorite, but I'm gonna get it's the favorite by 3, but
Really?
it's a very close game.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
weird.
gonna go with Detroit. Like they're both
Yeah.
relatively the same in statistics. Like they're both right now like tied almost, but a lot of them are like just off like 1 or 2 spots. So it'll be an interesting game, but I'm also gonna go with the Lions.
Oh, yeah. I'm going with the Lions.
So our second game and second and last game now. Game for tomorrow is our staple Cowboys versus Washington.
Also formerly known as Cowboys versus Indians.
We don't talk about that in 2020.
No,
That is
I'm going to
so
talk about it. I'm
lazy.
going to make it a thing.
Thank you. Please, I really wanted to say that too.
I'm going to make it a thing. You want to know why? Because everyone is talking about it no matter what.
Yeah, this is a staple game. Like this game has been going for decades.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows this is a Thanksgiving classic.
Yeah.
Both teams suck though. So it's
Both teams suck. So it really doesn't matter who we pick. I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna root for Washington just because of Alex Smith. just because of his story and how he played for the Niners and stuff. But I only see a really interesting game. Like it's more of a background game for me. Like this is.
It just
I want to
sounds.
compare this to a Thanksgiving meal. Like this is the cranberry sauce. Like it's there. It's good to put in with others.
You
but
know
it's not
what?
like
Okay, if
a
we're
good
actually
standalone.
okay, if we're actually doing like comparisons, Texas and Detroit is turkey. Washington and Dallas is like the cranberry sauce, and then Baltimore versus Pittsburgh was like the stuffing.
Ah man,
That was
I'm gonna switch stuffing with Texans and Lions and the turkey because that's like the big game, like Ravens Steelers.
I like stuffing more.
You like stuffing more?
Yeah.
I was just thinking it's just traditional, like everybody knows
Yeah.
turkey is like the main centerpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I was close to giving them the pumpkin pie too, like scenario.
Ooh,
Because that's just like the sweet thing, like everyone's looking forward to it at the end of the meal.
Mm-hmm. I think.
But we lost our dessert.
Yeah, we lost our dessert.
But who are you seeing in Washington, Dallas?
I see Alex Smith winning.
All right.
That's it. I'm not even like saying the team. I just want Alex Smith to win.
Yeah.
Now we have Sunday matchups, and now we can actually throw the Baltimore and Pittsburgh back into the mix.
Did you saw Juju and others tweeting about it?
What happened?
Let's see. I have it right here. Yeah, Juju. Let's see. Who else? Eric Ebron was not happy.
Oh, of course they weren't.
They're tweeting out saying like this is kind of BS and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, why didn't I give me the article? Stupid Bleacher Report.
I mean,
Bleacher
that's
Report. Fix your. Thank you. You fixed your app. Had to talk about them on show so they could listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
But those two players were tweeting out, and just kind of mad. Like this is like the Sunday night game almost of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big thing. Everybody watches it. It's like I'm gonna compare it to Christmas and NBA.
Jesus.
On Thanksgiving, like what do you think of? You got turkey and you got
Food.
football.
I have food. That's all I think about.
But because of 4 players being in place, like the whole running back committee was just gone.
Well, you can throw, Lamar. You can run yourself.
Yeah, running back / thrower.
We didn't call you a running back in college for nothing. Like,
Yeah, Juju. I'm just gonna read some of the takes. Juju Smith-Schuster said, "First, the NFL takes away our bye week because another team can't get the COVID situation together. Now they take away our Thanksgiving primetime game for the same reason." SMH. Chase Claypool said, "What a joke."
Yeah.
Ebron, "I'm not going to lie. At NFL, this is we could curse here. Bullshit."
Yeah, we can.
Delvin Hodges says, "Man, that's some BS." He did write out like MAA and then so I gotta go the
Man, bullshit.
But yeah, they were kind of pissed that it's not moved. Like this was a staple game. Now it's just gonna be moved to a Sunday afternoon game that not everyone's gonna be able to see.
This is the best game of the AFC.
Yeah, it's division rivals. Steelers are perfect right now, so everyone wants to see how long they can keep this streak going.
I swear they're gonna lose one game. That's it. They're losing one game.
I want them to lose one game. I also want the Jets to win a game. I don't want another 0-16 team. We already have the Lions and the Browns.
We don't need one more.
We don't need another one.
At least try. Damn it.
I was kind of sad. Like I kind of want the Chargers to win last week, but I was like, the Jets are going to win that game because the Chargers can't close it out.
Nope.
But the Chargers won. Good for Justin Herbert. Some other key Sunday matchups. Titans Colts. That's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, you got Derrick Henry versus that great
Colts
defense.
And then you
I
have.
don't know. I can't really say who's gonna win that game because of what the Colts did last week to the Packers. Like, sure, Aaron Rodgers was fantastic, but the Colts were able to like get key turnovers at key times. Like,
yeah. I think it's going to come down to 2 minutes, like who has the ball in the last 2 minutes and what the score is.
Okay, let's go with Taysom Hill's second career start.
Versus the Ponies.
Yeah, I'm saying the same. I don't know because the Broncos with Vic Fangio could find a way to stop Taysom Hill, but like they just kind of lock up Michael Thomas, as we know that's Taysom's favorite target. But you always gotta remember Taysom's legs.
Taysom can run. He doesn't need to throw. I mean, Emmanuel and Michael Thomas are both his primary targets, but he can get down and he can run the ball for a good amount if he needs to. If not, he can give it to Kamara.
This could be a Super Bowl 55 matchup, Kansas City and Tampa Bay.
A preview. I'm gonna have to give it to a young kid though. I mean, I feel like Kansas City has Tom Brady's number.
Yeah, I can see that. But let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go KC. Like they're a pretty good team. I think they're catching fire at the right time.
Oh yeah.
And then the Bears versus the Packers.
No, it's the Bears.
Sorry. We got the man. So like, the man. Like man. Yeah.
The Bears. Go ahead. I'm gonna give it to the Packers, maybe.
Same. Like I'm not confident, but I really love Aaron Rodgers. I think.
Yeah. Plus Nick Foles is out.
Nick Foles is out?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't really looked at their thing, but
yeah, I think Nick Foles is out, but like Bears defense is like okay this year. It hasn't been like good like the past seasons. But like I'm not gonna go against Aaron Rodgers.
No, after losing last week, I think he's gonna come out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or losing the past 2 games?
Yeah, when he lost against Tampa Bay, he comes out and goes on a nice winning streak, putting up MVP numbers.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to go against Aaron after losing a game.
Some news just came out by 15 minutes ago. Ravens announced a member of the staff has been disciplined for conduct surrounding the recent COVID-19 outbreak.
Good for him.
Yeah, so I'm just going to read that article really quick and try and get what I could get from this one. Blah, blah, for contact recent has affected the players and stuff, and then blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's only 2 paragraphs. Yeah, it just looks like they just disciplined the staff member for conduct surrounding the recent COVID-19, and he's probably the one who affected these players. Okay.
Someone's getting fired.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's like the doctor over in LA. With, Tyrod Taylor, man. They messed
Speaking of retired players or retired staff, the list for semifinals for the Hall of Fame this year have come out.
Got some good names.
We have Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Ron Barber, Cornelius Bennett, Tony Bosley, Leroy Butler, Alan Fonseca, Rodney Harrison, Torrey Holt, Calvin Johnson, John Lynch, Peyton Manning, Clay Matthews, Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Steve Tasker, Fred Taylor, Zach Thomas, Hines Ward, Reggie Waynes, Patrick Willis, Charles Woodson, Darren Woodson, and Bryant Young. For you, who in this list, who's making like a top 3 for you?
Top 3. Well, we gotta go Peyton easily. He's a no doubt Hall of Famer. This is a lot of these guys has been on this list for quite a while. Well, I think the longest guy is John Lynch, has been on the semifinal list 9 times. Then Torrey Holt 7. I don't think anyone else has cracked that high of a number. Yeah,
cracked over 5.
There's a few, but
I saw
a couple 6s.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go easily Peyton Manning. I'm not confident with a lot of these guys. I feel bad. Like I'm not like super confident on a lot of these names. Like a lot of these guys are in the Hall of really, really good.
Yeah.
Like I want to say Charles Woodson, but
he's only in the first year.
Yeah, I think he may be a second year. Like Kevin Johnson, not his first year. like sure he's like probably the best wide receiver, but I think his career was cut short, like Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Willis, everyone says like he is a Hall of Famer, but because of he only played 7 years
Yeah.
due to the injury,
hmm
it might take him a couple of years to get into the Hall.
Yeah.
Heinz Rohr. Yeah, I'm only confident on Peyton Manning. Is there anyone else you're confident on this list?
Heinz
Heinz.
Ward.
Yeah, I was.
I can't find a third, honestly. Because everyone is either one or less than one.
Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor? Yeah. If I had to, like, I would put Megatron and Charles Woodson in there, but I mean, I know they're going to be on the list for a while.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be surprised if they make it to like the Hall in the first year, but
they have to get down to
I'm
a top 15.
Oh, man, yeah, they have to get down.
I mean, it's what is the?
I'm confident they'll probably make it to the top 15, but I won't be surprised if they don't make it.
Yeah, I mean, there's already 25 names on here. They have to cut 10. So it's like who are you gonna cut?
I think Jared Allen's gonna be cut.
Really?
That's probably my number one guy is probably gonna be cut. Jared Allen had a great career, but I don't think he had a Hall of Fame career. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I haven't watched him.
Yeah, he was a really excellent. Oh man, I forgot he played in Kansas City. I just remember him in Minnesota, and he was an absolute terror wearing that 69 jersey. You all know what that means.
We are children on this podcast, Kris. We are children.
No, I'm a 26-year-old with the mind of a middle schooler. With a disposable income. So, well, I don't have a disposable income. I have a disposable bank account.
I think Bryant Young is going to get cut. Possibly Patrick Willis.
I can agree with you there. It's tough because he was a staple for me during my 49, like when I really got into the football things, and they just being like, oh yeah, I like the San Francisco 49ers, and just knowing the quarterback and whatever else my parents say.
Steve Tasker? No, he's been on it for 8. Never mind.
Yeah, some of these guys that you see having a few names probably gonna make it to the top. Like John Lynch, I know he's been in the top 15 a couple of seasons.
Peyton Manning should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, like the day he retired.
Yeah, he's the first ballot. You know what? Let's do a little quick segue. Get rid of this. Like we really can't tell. We only pretty much both agree on Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Really, but current players, let's take Tom Brady aside and like Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. Let's go with these young players. Let's take out quarterbacks. I'm just gonna take out quarterbacks all the way. What non-quarterback player you see making it to the Hall? Like he's a day one Hall of Famer.
Day one Hall of Famer? Holy sheesh.
Or year one Hall of Famer. Like it's tough for saying non-quarterback.
DK Metcalf.
Ooh, you're going DK. Really young. I was going to go with a guy which has a few years. I'm going to say JJ.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I don't see him in day one, but I see him in the Hall.
Oh, yeah, I see him in the Hall. DK. I'm going to go with 5. DK. Christian
Kirk? No.
McCaffrey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a name, that's why.
Derrick Henry?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know about Derrick Henry.
Okay.
You're gonna like hex me for this, but OBJ.
Yeah, he's a great wide receiver and stuff. I'm a big fan of him. Like he went to LSU. He was one of the reasons I picked LSU as like my college football team.
Yeah. It was really like his rookie and sophomore year.
Yeah, he hasn't had a really good thing. Jarvis has actually been a better.
Jarvis has been way better than him.
Yeah, I really wish before now signed it when he was a free agent. Like there was talks of him going there, but.
Retired player right now, Marshawn,
yeah.
Marshawn Lynch, and then You said JJ. I put Aaron. Aaron
Oh
Donald.
my God, why did I think of Aaron Donald? Aaron Donald is 100% a no
Is
doubt Hall of Famer.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Year one Hall of
First year.
Famer.
Yeah, first year ballot
Patrick
Hall of Famer.
Peterson too. I'll
Patrick
give him-
Peterson. Yeah. Dude, it's easy for like defensive linemen because you see them make plays, but for like cornerbacks, like I can't put Jalen Ramsey in that conversation.
No, he's a Hall really, really good. May
He's
make the
really
final
good.
list.
Yeah, I can't like see him.
Stephon Gilmore. Like,
Yeah.
only reason I picked Patrick Peterson because he's been doing this for so long now,
hmm
and he just been almost a shutdown corner.
Yeah.
I remember his first few seasons, he was a dual threat person doing punt returns and sometimes playing offense as a wide receiver.
hmm
And he's another reason I picked LSU as my college because I just love watching him play.
But those are my 5. What are your 5?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, Larry. Yeah. Oh.
Larry Fitzgerald, JJ. I'm gonna take Donald. Patrick.
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah,
Okay.
Patrick Peterson and the King, Derrick Henry. I think if he keeps what he's playing for a couple more seasons,
Yeah. I think for me, it's like DK.
pick out Derrick Henry. I'm totally blanking on 2 running backs that are no doubt Hall of Famers. Frank Gore and AP. They're still active players. Both over 10,000 yards career.
That's true. Okay.
Frank Gore just because of his longevity in his career. Like, how many other players have played this long other than kickers and
hunters, placeholders?
I was like Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Oh yeah.
But as a running back position, the shelf life is like 4 years, and boom, Frank Gore's been doing this for 15
over a decade. Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I'm still averaging like 4 yards to carry.
Yeah. For me, it was like DK. He's big. Like he's a freak. Like a freak of nature.
Yeah, he's having a really good sophomore season. If you keep this up, yeah, I can see that.
And then Christian, it's really his name, but I mean, he puts his actions to what his name represents.
Have you seen his younger brother play quarterback
at Michigan? No.
Yeah.
Is it Michigan?
No, Nebraska.
Nebraska. That's it. Wait, which is his youngest one?
Luke.
The Nebraska one?
Yeah.
Okay. His oldest one went to, or his older brother went to Michigan. No, he was a quarterback. Or was he wide?
His older brother was a wideout.
Oh, he's a wideout from Michigan.
Yeah,
though, right?
I think so. I know he played he was never like a
star. Yeah,
he was just kind of like bounced around teams.
Yeah,
but he was drafted by the XFL to play, but he decided to continue coaching.
Yeah. All of their kids are good. All the McCaffrey boys are good.
Yeah.
Who did I say number 3? OBJ. I mean, really. Yeah, sophomore and freshman season. Number 4.
He's still relatively young, so he's still could put up.
He still has time. Like he just has to find a system that he can thrive in. And correct me if I'm wrong, Seattle would be that place.
I don't think so.
Opposite of DK?
Yeah,
or he runs a slot the entire time?
I don't think that is the best fit for him.
Where would be the best fit for him?
I'm gonna go with I know this is kind of biased, but San Francisco because how they use wide receivers and like teams that have that Shanahan offense, like that West Coast just uses wide receivers.
West Coast offense.
Yeah. So would also include like Green Bay,
Rams,
Rams. Like those teams that you're like, oh yeah, we established a run game and then boom, pass it and all wide receivers are gone.
Can you imagine if OBJ signed a 1-year contract with the Chiefs? On how unfair that would be.
Like he may not have like as many targets because how many stuff they have, but it'd just be like, oh yeah, double off to OBJ. Travis Kelce.
Yep.
Cheetah.
Yeah. It would be.
Let's go hand off to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, switch out Le'Veon Bell. It would be ridiculous, and it would just be like a walk into a championship.
Almost, you'll be surprised if they lose a game.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like I'm also kind of surprised at how many games Tampa has lost because of how much stars they have on the offense.
Well, I mean, they can't fit the pieces right now, but I'm pretty sure like once they get rid of Leonard Fournette and once they rearrange the wide receiver lineups, I think it'll be a little bit better. Who's my fourth? Who's my fourth? My God, I'm blanking. Can't remember who my fourth is. I know my fifth, Aaron Donald. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah, defensive player of the year a couple times. That's why I went with him, and then also JJ, because they both just have won defensive player of the year multiple times. And that's a pretty tough tax when your name is already up there. It's like you talk about those two players is like when I'm just gonna go baseball reference because that's easy for me. But Mike Trout and MVP votes like it's just because how good he is year in year out. Like he may not win it every year, but you just know you got to put him up in like votes just because.
I remember my fourth is Marshawn. And it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You're gonna go against beast mode?
Yeah, the beast mode right there. So
I pay anyone $5,000 to go up and up with beast mode in his prime.
And are you covering medical expenses too?
No.
So I picked two different players, JJ and Aaron Donald. Just because of the defensive player of the year's awards and just their name reputation right now, like you know that they're a star like defensive lineman that will get to that quarterback. JJ's kind of fallen off a little bit, but I think he's still good.
He has to move. Like I think he has to move.
I think he will move soon, maybe this year after the season.
Yeah, for sure.
I say join your brother.
Please join your brother. Make Pittsburgh a little bit better.
TJ has been looking good too. TJ could be down there, but I'm not putting him there in my list. Yeah, I gave two older running backs because, well, no doubt
they need to be in the Hall of Fame.
AP, look, he was like 3 yards short. I think it was 9 yards short of breaking the record. He's a 10,000-yard running back. Sure, he has a history with teaching a lesson to his kid. Yeah, but like honestly, like I feel like any parent kind of does that. Yeah, like I know this war is now trying to be soft, but
I mean, and even with Frank Gore, like
Frank Gore, he's 10,000-yard rusher.
Been on bad teams, but he's still a really great quarterback.
Yeah, running back.
Running back. Damn it.
And he's the career leader in San Francisco. With rush yards, he has 10,000 just with that one team. Played with several other teams, and still like puts up over 700 yards a season. Yeah. Like this guy is like 30 something, and
he's almost 40. He might be 40. He might be 40.
Close to it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look up his numbers this year and what his age is.
He's like super.
He's 37 right now.
37. Damn.
This year he has 447 rushing yards on 123 attempts. So he's averaging over 3.5 yards a carry. He only has one touchdown this year, but that's not big. Surprising. They probably don't put him into the red zone. Yeah. But career numbers, he is over 15,000 career
yards,
rushing yards.
Jesus Christ.
Averaging over 4.3 yards a carry. 80 career touchdowns. Yeah. So, yeah, this guy signed in 05 and is now in his 15th year. He's probably going to play another year. Like, I really rich like this year. He signed with the 49ers just to play a couple more years with us.
Yeah, just retire.
And just retire. Like, I know he's talked just because I followed 49ers because that's my team. I know that he said he's going to retire with the 49ers no matter what. Like, he and the owner, Jed York, have already worked out like a deal practically for either a 1 day contract or
a 1 year contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of contracts,
Let's go.
Plan is so genius.
Honestly, it is.
Anthony Davis is taking his time to sign his contract with the Lakers in hopes of luring in Giannis Antetokounmpo. This would be so scary.
I don't think he's gonna. It's a really good idea. Like, we just wait to see like what Giannis's plan is.
Yeah, he has
See
a.
if he signs like a max deal this offseason or not.
Mm-hmm. No, he's not a
And
free agent.
but he could still sign a max deal extension,
Extension.
like we saw
Mhm.
other players like Jason Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell, and
Yeah.
I'm like on the last guy, but you know what I'm talking about.
Aaron Fox.
Thank you.
Yeah, got you. But this would be so scary if the Bucks do not sign him to a max contract. Holy crap! Because if they don't, then that leads it to a good way for him coming to the Lakers, because then Anthony Davis can do a one of one, and so can LeBron after this year. That would be kind of the plan for having Giannis to come to the Lakers. Is Anthony Davis to sign a 1 year and a 1 year player option. Same for LeBron after this year, maybe, or LeBron just moves to another team. But it really does. Anthony's contract does depend on the future of the Lakers organization and longevity of it. I think it's probably the smartest idea I've ever seen within free agency history. It's like waiting out for someone else's decision. Is like, okay, what do you do? All right, yep, sign me to this much money, this long, and then we'll get him next year. It's like, what? And it's like, imagine that lineup. Like, whoever the point guard, shooting guard are, it does not matter. You have LeBron, you have Giannis, and then you have AD on the front court. What? That only happens in my team on NBA 2K in like rearranging rosters.
Yep.
And it's like, or sorry, you have Dennis Schroeder, Wesley Matthews, maybe, and then the three that I just named. It's like you have shooting all around. Anyone can drive. Anyone can catch lobs. It's like, are we playing 2K right now?
Well, do you really think he's going to really sign with the Lakers? Like, I don't see Giannis.
No, they're going to trade for him.
Trade for him.
Yeah. So that's the plan anyway. It's
going to take a lot to trade for Giannis, but we know Lakers are probably going to work something out, probably a 3, maybe a 4-team trade.
Probably, most likely. But like even like right now, the Lakers have something scary. Like they have Dennis Schroeder, KCP, LeBron James, Anthony Davis when he signs, and then Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol is a stretch center. He can shoot from 3. He can rebound. He can do anything underneath the basket. Anthony Davis, we know what he does. LeBron, we know what he does. And then KCP, if he can consistently work with LeBron on shooting and being confident, then that's great. And then Dennis Schroeder is just a young guard. Their lineup already is stacked. Like their lineup and their bench and their depth chart right now is a little stacked. So adding on Giannis would just be mind blowing for the NBA.
Well, I don't think they're gonna have all those players, to be honest. Like it's going to be Giannis, LeBron, and AD, and like a bunch of role players that won't cost that much.
Yeah, unless the Lakers can talk AD and LeBron down into accepting less than a max. I mean, LeBron has that Nike money, lifetime Nike money. Like,
yeah,
it's way more worth than the NBA.
He makes more money outside of the NBA than
100%. So that would just be scary at an NBA standpoint.
But speaking of trades,
saw this and I'm like, wow.
Baseball.
I saw this.
Yeah, I didn't really see this, but when I saw it in a little report card, I was kind of shocked. Like,
why? Why would? No.
I'm not really. No, I'm actually not even shocked, to be honest. I don't know why I said shocked, but just kind of like.
I wasn't questioning you. I was questioning the article.
Yeah, I'm just talking to myself, like trying to figure out like what my thoughts process was. Just but right now, Blake Snell is on the trading block. Right now, some rumors that the Rays are looking into trading him, but it's the Rays. They're kind of like the A's.
An analytical team at most, not really.
Yeah, like they traded David Price away probably at the right moment in time. Like David Price was a really good pitcher with the Rays. I think he was during his young career when they went to the World Series in 2008 or something. No, not 2008. What year they also had like a really good playoff run under.
Did you say the last playoff run that they had was 2003? Oh no, that's Marlins. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Marlins.
No, that's the Marlins. Rays have been to the playoffs a few times, but
yeah. Mhm.
But
I don't know how I feel about this trade.
yeah, Blake Snell. It's interesting. Like they probably have to get a good blow, but they're probably just feeling offers right now. Seeing how much you could get for him.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like if they
some
do
teams
this
right now that I just googled really quickly, try and get some names: Yankees, Angels, Mariners,
No.
Brewers,
Oh, Seattle Mariners. Sorry.
Tigers. Ooh, quite White Sox. A lot of teams have put articles out saying like
They want Blake.
they want Blake because
Yeah.
he is a great superstar. I'm just going to open up this Bleacher Report article really quickly that just came out like this morning.
Firstly, I think him going to the Yankees would be dumb. We don't need any more pitching than we already have because we have Garrett Cole and Chapman already.
Okay,
But
so they went down a quick hit rundown of teams. So I'm just going to say that aloud. Arizona, not interested. They're a real ability team. Atlanta already has a solid rotation. They just signed Charlie Morton. So they took away someone from the Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Baltimore, rebuilding. Boston, unlikely to trade with division rival.
Yeah.
Chicago,
Maybe.
the White Sox.
White Sox.
Unlikely to include, but like the top prospect, but could be. Cincinnati is shopping Sonny Gray, so maybe Cleveland's cutting costs. Colorado lacking trade assets, so Colorado's out. Detroit, the same rebuild and non-contender. Houston, not enough trade assets. Kansas City, rebuilding. Dodgers blockbuster trade will likely be for a third baseman, as they've been in talks with trying to trade for Nolan Arenado. But Colorado, please don't do that. You already know this division is very lopsided. Don't make it any more lopsided. And also they already have 6 starters. Like they have.
Do it.
Oh my God! Do we have Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Tyler May?
We might as well stack the West.
Stack one team. Miami, they're in that like weird area where they have the pieces of still rebuilding, but they're on the contender, so maybe. Milwaukee lacks a farm system. Minnesota could be, but unlikely. That's what they said. Yankees, they do have a trade, but it's a division rival, so it's got to be really tough.
It's got
Oakland, no. Philly, lacking some trade assets. Pittsburgh, rebuilding. Seattle, rebuilding. St. Louis, they're what the Bleacher Report saying they're looking more. They should be looking offensively than pitching. Texans cutting cost. Toronto, division rival. Washington, more pressing needs is. So the top ones, Cubs.
Yeah.
They could get some. They could give up some good prospects. And they only have really 2 pitchers that are really good: Kyle Hendricks and Yu Darvish under contract through 2023. So there's 3 spots open. Angels do it. I want Mike Trout to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I want Mike Trout to go to the playoffs.
They have some prospects. They do need help in that pitching prospect. Like that's probably the only way they can make it to the playoffs. Mets, we know that Steve Cohen is trying to get to the World Series for the next 5 years. So they do have some prospects. So it's not money this time around. This is like you have to trade prospects. So San Diego, they did lose their pitcher Mike Clevenger out for the season next year, going to electing Tommy John surgery. So they do have some prospects. So that'd be interesting. And I didn't even think about that. The Giants. They have prospects.
Oh yeah, they do. They have a good farm system too.
Yeah, the farm system is growing with under the baseball head Zohan Farini, former Dodgers guy, which helped them to get to where they are now. They're in the early stages of rebuild, but they're always looking to get some good players. As they have Kevin Gausman signed for that 1-year qualifying offer, and Giant Critter has 1 year left on his deal. So those are the top 5 teams. So out of those top 5 teams, so Giants, Padres, Angels, Mets, and Cubs, who do you think is the most likely to get him?
Probably the Mets.
Mets?
Yeah.
I was gonna go with the Angels. Like, no, I don't really see the Angels. I actually think Cubs.
The Angels and the Mets are my top 2. I think
I want
Mets
to go with the Angels because I just really want to see them win.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Cubs.
Yeah, I see Steve Cohen just trying to push that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I can see him pushing to sign big free agents because it's just money for him.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they could trade away prospects like if they're
no.
trying.
Yeah.
Like I see the Cubs, like they really know how to get really great talent.
Yeah, for cheap.
But it'll be interesting if he does get traded. I'm saying that he's not gonna get traded this offseason.
Mm.
Maybe close to the trade deadline. I don't even know how long his contract is. So it'd be interesting to
This is going to be an interesting year of sports. I mean, so many trades, so many signings. We don't know.
Yeah, like there's so many other players out on the trade block. As I just mentioned, Nolan Arenado. We talked about Francisco Lindor. And there's probably a few other names that I'm just blanking on.
Yeah.
We'll probably see a lot more during the winter meetings. I don't even think the teams are meeting for the winter meetings.
Probably not.
It's going to be online stuff.
Online mostly, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a real off season, just because teams can't really like talk face to face with other teams.
Yep.
But I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Please subscribe to our channel. Also push the post notification button so that you know when we upload our videos. Like and share this video, as well as comment down below different articles you want us to share, as well as possibly maybe different guests or repeating guests that you want us to have back on the podcast. Kris, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, smash that like button. Go eat some turkey. Enjoy your time with your friends and family. Safely, please. We're already seeing a surge in cases of COVID. We talked about how many games have been postponed. So please wear your mask when you're out. What's up?
Stay indoors.
Stay indoors. Wear your mask when you're out in public.
Mm-hmm.
It takes all of us to defeat this pandemic.
Yep. With that being said, guys, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
You are watching a master at work.